And welcome traders to IC Markets Market Commentary. My name is Adam from Trade with Precision. So let's have a quick look at what's going on across all of the markets. Now, first of all, euro dollar on a monthly time frame here. You can see that there was an attempted break outside of this range, the pink box here. And you can see the price is currently pulled back into the box. So currently, for now, euro dollar appears to be continuing to range this week. We can see it has pulled back into some recent highs. And so this week, what I'll be looking for is a break above or the low, the high of the low of last week's candle. Obviously, if it breaks the low, I expect that continuation to the downside to continue. If it breaks to the upside, I would expect a higher swing low, and therefore price will attempt to break outside of the range again. If we have a look at gold, you can see that gold has executed this is on the daily time frame, a near perfect bull flag. So it's very nice here. It's come all the way down. It's broken up through the downward sloping. If I just show you the angle here, let's just see if we've managed to breach that. A little bit we have. So based off this in isolation alone, I would say that there's a high probability gold is going to continue to go to the upside. But I just want to point out again, from a monthly perspective, gold continues to be very much overextended. It's obviously on a real run at the moment. And from a daily perspective, it looks very much as though it wants to attempt to continue to head higher, but it is overextended. And so if we do see some sort of failure, we get a lower high, or we get a double top, price bumps into resistance here, and then we finish the week lower. That would actually make sense to me. Crude oil. Okay, so crude oil, the problem with that overall is that it is stuck between longer term lower highs and shorter term support. And so really there's a lot of pressure here to the downside. So what I'm going to be looking for this week is to see if crude oil manages to break up through this downward sloping trend line. If it can breach that, then the momentum is starting to move more bullish. However, if it fails to do that and finishes again at the end of the week down towards these lows, then that makes much more sense with the pattern that we're currently viewing. Let's have a look at the S&P. So the S&P, of course, finished again at all-time highs, so looking very, very good. From a weekly perspective, it looks really good. From a monthly perspective, it actually looks really good. The only thing of interest here are these tails that are starting to occur more and more frequently. The candles, the bodies of the candles are smaller and smaller. So the issue that can arise from that is just that we are nearing the end of a run, but it's a monthly time frame, so this could take a couple of months. We may well see it just finally have a bit of a correction in January. We'll see. We're only less than 30 days, just over 3 weeks away from the US elections, which is going to have major global implications. So let's see how that impacts the markets at that time. Having a look at the FTSE is still continuing to be range bound, again, also within this pink box. And so for now, no more expectations. My expectation now at least is that it continues to trend. I beg your pardon, that it continues to range within the box. What's wrong with me? Anyway, there we go. Tesla here as well. You can see post the robotaxi event on the 10th of October, the market was not really that satisfied with the event, and you can see the market has reflected that. We can see a strong rejection here. This is a double top. So for now, I expect Tesla to continue to head lower this coming week. Having a look at NVIDIA, very good, broken out through this ascending triangle. The weekly time frame looks really good, and again, coming back up to these old highs, but it still looks relatively nice and bullish. I expect that to push a little bit higher. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still working within this bull flag. So for now, I also expect it to attempt to continue to push higher. And if it can breach this downward sloping trend line, then we'll see some fresh highs over there. And that is very much it from me. So there are some potentials within it. The real question this week is what's going to happen with that dollar? Are we going to see this week, are we going to see that dollar weaken again and see that euro climb? Or are we going to see it continue to strengthen and see the euro continue to weaken? So watching the high and the low of the previous weekly candle is very important. Gold, as I said, also looking particularly strong, but definitely is now overextended. And with regards to the S&P 500 as well, that bullishness continuing to look very good and very healthy. Thank you very much. Trade responsibly and have a great week.